This guy wants $60K a year to do the laundry and be the dryer maintenance man? Can't even spell my name right. Next. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of your Ottawa Senators franchise mode. Here we are, start of year number 2. We're 4-5-2, so kind of a slow start throughout the first month, but I'm not expecting to be a competitive team right now. We are listed as a rebuilder, and that's what we are. We are a rebuilding team. If I wanted to be competitive, I would have signed Artemi Panarin in the offseason. And that's a good segue into the William Karlsson deal. Now, we got offered William Karlsson in the last episode, and it was for pretty cheap, and they wanted to take on the contract of Clark MacArthur, which sounds great. We get a lot of money off the books, and we get an upgrade at the center position, which is awesome, right? Yes and no. So the official trade was this. It was William Karlsson for Ryan Dzingel, Clark MacArthur, which is making that $4.6 million, and a 2020 second round pick. Now that looks pretty good. William Karlsson's on an absolutely ridiculous contract this year of for the next 2 years. He's only making $2.955, which is a steal. Obviously, we all know that. He's a first line center for sure. That's no surprise to anyone. Looks like he's having a pretty good start to his year in Las Vegas. Now, Ryan Dzingel, he's steadily been one of our best players. I mean, it's still really early on in the franchise mode, but last year, he was one of our better guys. 52 points, a career high, 28 goals. We ended up giving him another contract, $4.85. I wouldn't mind extending him for maybe 2 or 3 more years, maybe just at around the $4 million mark, or maybe just a little bit under that. He's a really, really good center. I don't really think this trade needs to happen, and I'm going to explain it for a few reasons. Now, a lot of people in the comments, just like Oilers fan, they're saying you have to do the Karlsson trade. Trade the Knights. They're offering to take Clark MacArthur. Everyone's kind of agreeing with that. And then we got a guy named He Said What? He goes in, he chimes in, he says, not really needed. MacArthur's on his last year of the contract, so the cap will be gone. That's true. If Clark MacArthur had 3 years left at 4.6, absolutely 100% I would do this trade. But it's really not needed. Our first line's doing great. I have Colin White taking up the second line right now. Ryan Dzingel's up there. I don't need to add another centerman. If we really, really needed a first line center, say Ryan Dzingel was our first line center, absolutely, I would want to go get a guy like William Karlsson. But is it really needed when you think about it? Galloway says, don't do the Karlsson deal. If you want to get rid of MacArthur, just send him to Vegas for a 7th, and they should take it since they want him. Dzingel is better, and you don't have to give up a 2nd. I wouldn't say he's better, but you look at our center core, we already kind of have pieces in play. I don't want to rush the rebuild. We're a rebuilding team. I don't need to rush this. Colin White, Thomas Hertl, Logan Brown, Ryan Dzingel. That's a really solid center core. Plus, we got guys like I was going to do it again. I was going to call him JP. It's not JP. It's Jean-Gabriel Pageau. Jean-Gabriel Pageau, and recently waived Zach Smith. Ottawa, what the hell are you doing? I mean, we have the center depth. Yeah, I mean, he's a big name. William Karlsson scored 43 goals last year. He's on a good contract. We're going to keep him in Vegas. I don't need William Karlsson. He's just a fancy name. When you look at everything else, all of the factors, we're not going to be a competitive team. I mean, we just missed out on the playoffs last year. But going into this year, you know, we lost out on Matt Duchene, which a lot of people were like, why didn't you go after him in free agency? He wouldn't have signed with us anyway. I could have offered him over $1 million more than what New Jersey offered him, and he still would have said no. He didn't want to come to the team. He had no interest in signing with the Ottawa Senators, which is fine, which is totally cool. We have some centers that can come up and some guys that are going to fill those shoes very soon. Again, if I wanted to be a competitive team, I would have signed guys like Artemi Panarin. Joshua thinks I should have signed Panarin, but he was pretty respectful about it. I appreciate it. Positive vibes in the comments. And Dez said Ryan Dzingel must not be traded. We have the pieces in play to be a good team in a few years. This is a rebuild. Plus, we have 3 first-round picks in the next 2 drafts, so we're good. We don't need to rush this. Everyone's saying, oh, go get this guy, go trade for the moon, go trade for everyone. You don't need to do it. We're slowing things down, ladies and gentlemen. Slow and steady wins the race. Say, for example, we were like the Minnesota Wild, who really need a cup. Absolutely, we would go all after that. If we got offered William Karlsson, for sure. But we're not. We're the Ottawa Senators, and right now we're kind of a tire fire. We're trying to fix what was done by Pierre Dorion, and we need to take things slow. We have some good pieces. I mean, we got guys like Thomas Chabot. LX says, Thomas Chabot develops really well for me. For me, he got up to a 92. I can only hope he even gets close to that. He is arguably our best asset, which is awesome, so I'm super stoked on Thomas Chabot. Now, some people in the comments, you guys let me know there should be a brand new captain, Chabot or Stone, and then this guy says, Mark Stone should be captain. I agree. The computer automatically threw it on Bobby Ryan, and I kind of wanted to get your guys' take before I went ahead and slap the C on anyone, but let's go ahead, take it off of Bobby Ryan. He doesn't need it anyways. Gonna go ahead and give that bad boy to Mark Stone, the newest captain of the Ottawa Senators. Now, since we took the C away from Bobby Ryan for whatever it was, like 10 games, we'll go ahead and throw the assistant captain on him. So there you go, 3 forwards with letters. Not a super big fan of that, but I don't think Bobby Ryan's gonna be here for that much longer. Anyways, Mark Stone is now the captain, and I think we're just about ready to go. Again, taking things slow and steady wins the race. The thing is with the Clark MacArthur trade, he's not hurting us right now. Yeah, it sucks that he's making that much money and we're not using him, but we have $13 million in cap. We're not going to make a big move. We don't need to trade him. I mean, I could do it right now and get like a 7th round pick, which I probably should, right? I think I could probably get that done. Clark MacArthur going to, let's just say, the Vegas Golden Knights, since they do want him. Let's just say it's to a team that wants him, that has the cap to maybe afford it, which doesn't really look like anyone right now. I guess the New York Islanders, like, if you guys really want me to trade him, I definitely can, which it does make sense. So a 6th for a guy like Clark MacArthur, okay, that's not going through, never mind. I can't get anything back. Through, trade rejected. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's not hurting us. So it's like, if he had 3 or 4 years left at the 4.6 million mark, absolutely, I would be like, yeah, let's try to get this guy off our hands, but we don't. We only have him for 1 more year, and we're going to be a bad team this year. So it's all good. No rush. We're good. I feel like I rambled for a little bit there, but basically, moral of the story, we're a rebuilding team. We don't need a guy like William Karlsson. Yeah, it's nice. It'd be cool to have a big name player like William Karlsson, but we got guys like Jeff Skinner, we got guys like Colin White that are still really young, lots to prove. I'm hoping to be a Stanley Cup contending team, maybe year 4. I think I'm hoping to be a Stanley Cup contender by year 4. That's my goal. All right, year number 4, I want to push heavy in the postseason. Next year, I'd like to make the playoffs or just come close. I mean, I think last year was maybe a bit of a fluke. Of course, as we beat the Los Angeles Kings, who have an absolutely insane record of 12-4-2, and now we're going up against the Knights, who are 13-3-1. So maybe we just have that big game instinct here. Let's go ahead and see if we could beat the Vegas Golden Knights. William Karlsson, you were offered to us last week. We said no. It's not that we don't want you. It's just, well, we don't really want you. Let's go. First period. Bobby Ryan gets us on the score sheet with the assistant captain on his sweater. Period number 2. Ooh, okay. Thomas Tatar, Ryan Reeves, Alex Tuck gets 2, and our new captain, Mark Stone, gets 1. Ooh, God, 5-2. Of course. You know it's bad when Ryan Reeves scores twice on you. Ouch. Now the thing is with the goaltenders, I signed Calvin Pickard to kind of be our starter, but it looks like Condon's kind of taken that over. It's because they're like the same overall, so I guess they're just going to split games. But look at how shitty we're doing right now. We lost 7-1 against the Rangers at the start of the month on the 4th. We lost 6-1 against the Edmonton Oilers like a little over a week and a half after, and then 8-1 against the Anaheim Ducks. So we're not going to be a good team. Why would I bring William Karlsson to a rebuilding team? He's killing it in Vegas this year. Another 5-0 loss. At least we have a first-round pick this year, all right? So 2/3 and an NHL defenseman for a 2nd. Nashville, how does this make sense? Absolutely not. No thank you. I don't expect us to be a good team. I didn't expect us to be a good team last year, and somehow we almost made it to the postseason. But I think that was a little bit of a fluke. Plus, we had Erik Karlsson for half the year, and we also had Matt Duchene. So I think we're better for the future, weaker right now. Thomas Hertl, 20 points in 25 games. This first line seems to be clicking, and I'm happy about that. I'm glad it's working out. Thomas Hertl, 20 in 25. 25, Skinner 19 and 25, and Mark Stone, the new captain, 19 and 25. That's awesome. Colin White's got 15. Brady Tkachuk's got 12. That's good. Bobby Ryan. So Timo Meier's picked it up a little bit. He had 1 assist through the first 11 games. So finally he picked it up, which is good. Ryan Dzingel there on the third line. Now you could say, oh, why didn't you trade for William Karlsson and put him on the third line where Ryan Dzingel's playing? That's a huge upgrade. He's not a third-line center, nor is Ryan Dzingel. He should be playing up, which I feel like I should switch Colin White and Ryan Dzingel, but Colin White just seems to do so well wherever he plays. Maybe I will switch it up, though. Maybe I will put Dzingel on the second line, and I want to put Colin White on the third, just because that's where Dzingel deserves to play, and he did get the contract because he played so well last year. Let's go ahead and bring him up. But here's a look at the goalies here. Mike Condon is our starter, it looks like, and Calvin Pickard kind of took the backup role there. I mean, they're both listed 80 overall, whatever, backup goalies, so I guess Condon is just kind of getting the extra edge. I wouldn't mind Pickard seeing some more ice, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Dzingel on the second line, just because I think that's where he should play. So maybe that'll kickstart Timo Meier or Bobby Ryan. Maybe I should actually do this. Let's go with that. Let's give Brady Tkachuk top 6 minutes. He's been playing really well as a rookie, so let's reward him here. Thomas Yurko definitely had a fluke year last year, starting off with 8 points in 8 games or whatever. We knew that wasn't going to last, but there he is on the fourth line with Zach Smith and Jean-Gabriel Pageau. Even though Pageau should be playing up here, I kind of feel like we have one too many forward spots because JP, I did it again. Why do I keep saying JP? Jean-Gabriel Pageau. JG is what I should be calling him, not JP. Jean-Gabriel Pageau. He kind of doesn't fit because we got Timo Meier, and that was kind of supposed to be his spot. We could bring Logan Brown down there, Colin White, Ryan, and then Pageau, and then Brown, Smith, and Yurko. Sure, that's fine. Shabbat, yeah, that's all good. We're good to go there. And then goaltenders, I'm going to put Pickard there just because I kind of want him to get more ice. I signed him to be our starter, but we kind of have 2 starters, so whatever. It's all good. Up against 2 bottom feeders here, Vancouver and Ottawa, and of course, Vancouver beats us 5-2. Where are we right now? Are we at the bottom? Are we the worst team in the NHL? Ottawa has 21 points. Nashville has 17. What? Why is Nashville so bad? Vancouver has 22. The Islanders have 16. Ooh, boy. It is the Alexis Lafreniere sweepstakes right now, and everyone's tanking for him. I don't know if there's a catchy phrase you can use. Not really a catchy phrase for this year's draft, because last year it was lose for Hughes. There's nothing really for Howe, Andrew. I mean, you could lose for Andrews. Doesn't really roll off the tongue, though. Emilio Howe is listed from our scouts as the number 1 pick. Again, still very early in the draft. Again, still very early in the year, so the scouts are still gathering info. I did go ahead and send a scout out to Emilio Howe. I really wouldn't mind getting a guy like Emilio Howe. Similar style, Bobby Hall. This could be so good for our team. Or even a guy like Andrews. I'm not opposed to getting a guy like Andrews either. Either one of these 3, it's a pretty deep draft, it looks like. If it goes 1, 2, 3, or even Howe, Lafreniere, and then Andrews, it could be a very sick draft. We also got this guy here. Doesn't have a goal yet. I still have scouts working out there, so we'll be getting some more info over the next few months. I've sent a bunch of scouts out to a bunch of places, so we'll see. Maybe in another month we'll see what the scouts are up to. But I think we should just get some simulation done, honestly. I think that's what we should do. Any rival games? We got a battle of the bottom feeders once again. That was against the Canucks, but we have one against Nashville, the real bottom feeders here. The 2 of the worst teams in the NHL. Tampa scores 10 goals in 2 games against us. We beat Colorado, which is nice, but they have 19 regulation losses, so they are hurting right now. We got those overtime wins, so that's kind of giving us the extra advantage here. But let's go. First period. It is a 1-0 game. Nick Bonino on Mike Condon. Period number 2. Okay, Logan Brown scores. That's nice. But Forsberg and Watson, and oh my God, 7-2. Oh my, they didn't even take it easy on us, and we left Mike Condon in there for 6 goals. Slater Cuckoo gets 1, and Calvin Pickard lets in a goal from Philip Forsberg with under a minute left. Wow, even the worst team in the league just destroyed us 7-2. 9-16-5. This could be the year where hopefully, okay, what do we got here? Zach Smith, a third, and Weidman for a second. So this is, okay, hold on here. So we get rid of a defenseman, which we can't really afford to do, but I wouldn't mind sending Zach Smith for like a second. That would be cool. I don't even think he's worth that. He's listed as what, a third liner? I wouldn't mind getting rid of a guy like Zach Smith because that means that Pajot can kind of take over. Now, the more I'm looking at this trade, the more I'm liking it because this is from Nashville and they're a really bad team. Even though they're listed as a champion, which is so weird, they have their first on the block as well. Oh my god, if we could slang their first. I mean, they want to give us their second. If they continue to be this bad, that's going to be a pretty good pick. Just outside of the first round, that could be pretty nice for us. Zach Smith, I'm not too worried about. Weidman is the one that I am worried about. Gabe from The Office. What defenseman can we even bring up? Like, we have to bring up a guy like, I actually want to address a comment here. I had a comment that says Merkley needs time in the AHL. He's actually got sent back down to junior because he's only 19. So he's not playing in the American Hockey League. He's back down in junior. I didn't have the option to send him down to the American Hockey League, so he will be there probably next year. But as of right now, he's in the juniors. Who did he play for? He played for... Who does he play for? Good question. To the internet. The Guelph Storm, right. Ryan Merkley, Guelph Storm. Gotcha. I'd have to bring up a guy like Harper, which, I mean, it is a downgrade, but not by much. Getting that second and a fourth is not that bad. And then we could bring up a guy like Schlappick. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Philip Schlappick. 77 overall, listed as a depth forward. He is 22 years old, so he is making the jump. He was a second-round pick in 2015. He kind of seems like the best player we could bring up. Thomas Yurko is obviously playing in the National Hockey League. We're not bringing up Clark MacArthur. Obviously, doesn't make any sense. So if we do pull the trigger, we say goodbye to Zach Smith. I mean, it's $3.2 million we're going to have to work with in free agency. I don't see why we shouldn't make this deal. Getting this pick from Nashville is nice, and we only have to pay Zach Smith pretty much. I'd like to make this a third, though. If I can get a second and a third, that would be awesome. Let's just try to sweeten the pot a little bit. Okay, so actually they don't even have a third. Give me a sixth as well. Give me more picks. I think you guys are going to agree with me. We only have to pay Zach Smith and a third for basically a second in picks. I think that's a pretty good deal, especially if that Nashville pick can become something. Depending if they still suck, which they very well could. We have to call up Clark MacArthur, which we're going to send him down. There you go, Zach Smith and Gabe from The Office. I know it's not going to be a popular one in the comments. You guys loved Gabe from The Office. Thank you very much, Nashville. We got a free 6th round pick out of that one. I'm happy with it. That was a move I think was kind of a no-brainer, especially, again, if Nashville continues to suck. That could be almost a first-round pick for us. So acquiring more picks, we're doing it right here in Ottawa. Zach Smith was just a good depth guy, but so we're going to have to go ahead and send down MacArthur, and we're going to have to call up Schlappick, all right? The young kid. We got to do that. Yes, good to go. Clark MacArthur on waivers. I bet $1 million that he won't get picked up on waivers, again, which is totally fine. He becomes the captain down there in the AHL, which I'm going to have to go and scratch him. So give me a second here, and I'll get all these lines ready to go. All right, so AHL is all ready to go, and unfortunately had to scratch Clark MacArthur, obviously, and here's how our NHL team is looking. Pajot is going to get back up on the third line. We're going to go with Chiplak, and we're going to go with Logan Brown and Thomas Yurko. We're going to move Tkachuk back down. I noticed his point total wasn't really moving a whole lot, plus he's listed as a fourth liner, so I don't really want to overplay him. We're actually probably overplaying him on the third line anyways. And then Skinner, Hurdle, Stone, Timo Meier, Colin White, Bobby Ryan. We are good to go. And I actually didn't even have to call up Harper because we had Borowicki. So he's going to slot right into the lineup. We are good to go. That's a trade that I don't mind making at all. I'm not super attached to a guy like Zach Smith. I mean, he's okay, he's not bad, and we've actually won 5 straight potentially. Oh my god, of course we lose. But that was 4 straight wins there. But I mean, Zach Smith was just a player. He wasn't going to be a big part of this team moving forward. Yeah, you need depth guys like that, but we got the youth movement coming in here. I made it very clear that's my goal, to have a youth movement here in Ottawa. We actually got the return of Zach Smith right now, so let's go ahead and get this game done. Nashville 16-21-3. It really surprises me how poorly they're actually playing, which is just really, really weird. Maybe Zach Smith can turn it all around for them, who knows. First period, we got demolished 7-2 last time. See if we can maybe have a little bit of a better showing here. Matt Irwin and PK Subban score for them, but Jeff Skinner gets us on the score sheet going into period number 2. All right, we get 2, Thomas Yurko and Brady Tkachuk. You love to see it. Now, every time Brady Tkachuk scores, or every time I see his name, I want to go Tkachuk, the better Tkachuk, if you watch the Seattle Storm Bears. So we're going to have to come up with another tagline for Tkachuk. Right now, he's the second best Tkachuk in the NHL, soon to be the first once he takes over from his brother Matthew. Let's go here into the third period. Can we hold on to the lead? There you go. That just makes our pick from Nashville a little bit better. Bergman with his first goal of the year, as well as Pajot gets on the score sheet. Johansson and Tolvanen, we get a big victory. There you go. I'm actually curious to see what Nashville's lineup actually looks like, because I don't think they should be that bad. They are a very, very good hockey team. I'm not sure why they're doing so poorly. 34 points for us. New York Islanders have 21. Oh boy, they are doing pretty bad. Nashville 35. So we're the second worst team in the league. After John Tavares left, the Islanders have no idea what the hell's going on. 21 points. Holy shit, that's bad. So Zach Smith slots into the third line center, and Nick Bonino's on the fourth line. So, I mean, their team looks sick. How are they not producing? What's going on? Is it Pekka Rinne? Like, their defense is still sick. They haven't made a crazy trade. Pekka Rinne still seems to be, 10 wins in 26 games. Is their backup pretty shitty? 6 wins in 18 games. Their goals against are 3.34. Something's not right here. Pekka Rinne's got a goals against of over 3, a save percentage under 900. What's going on in Nashville? Maybe their forwards aren't producing. Philip Forsberg doesn't look like he's having the greatest of years. Ryan Johansson. Weird. Kevin Fiala. I don't know. I do not have an answer, but maybe Zach Smith will help him out. I don't know. No trades from around the NHL, just ours. You can see there Wideman and Smith, and a third for a second, a fourth, and a sixth. I feel like that's a pretty good trade. Let me know in the comments. I need my assistant GMs on that one. But again, we'll have a quick look around the NHL. Maybe I'll go one more month. We'll see where we're at here. Maybe we'll go up to, we'll go up to the trade deadline month. We're actually going to end it off against the Islanders, the real battle of the bottom feeders. Do we have a game against New Jersey anytime soon? We do. Okay, perfect. That'll be the return of Matt Duchene. But hopefully we can, I say continue with the losses. You never want to tank, but I don't really think there's a dangerous playoff run coming up. But speaking of playoff runs, look at New Jersey, 29-13-4. So we will have a look at Matt Duchene. We will see what's going on with him, because it looks like they're doing pretty good there in New Jersey. I'm sure he's loving playing with Taylor Hall. First period, and it's 3-1. Taylor Hall and Stefan Noesen gets 2. So they have 3 goals on 7 shots. Love our goaltending. Mark Stone gets 1, period number 2. All right, we come through. We tie the game. Stone gets another, and White. There you go, 2 of my favorite guys going into the third. And oh my God, we got a crazy one, 5-5. Logan Brown and Jeff Skinner. We're going into overtime here. Maybe we'll end up going into a shootout. If we do go into a shootout, which we're not, Colin White gets the game winner in overtime against New Jersey. Take that, Matt Duchene. Is that a hat trick? No, he had 2, right. So 2 goals, including the overtime winner. Stone with 3 points. Matt Duchene, where you at, bro? Where you at? Actually, he had 2 helpers. Had a pretty good game. We'll have a little look around the NHL here at the end of this video. We have one more game against Calgary and then like a week and a half off. So we'll check out the draft class, all that good stuff afterwards. Gonna have more of a serious look here at the upcoming draft class. But God, the Islanders are bad. 12, 33, and 5. They could have the first overall pick, although I'd love to squeak past them and win that draft lottery. Who knows? Anything is possible. Let's go first period up against the Islanders, and we're up 2-0. Yurko and Stone. Stone's been on a whole nother level lately. They tie it up 3-3. Joshua Hosang, Matt Barzell, and Andrew Ladd. Julius Bergman gets one. There you go. He's got a couple of goals. I know he didn't have a goal throughout the first 40 games. Bobby Ryan, the $7 million man. It's a 4-3 game. It's a wild one here in Ottawa. Jeff Skinner makes it 5-3. And oh man, the Islanders, the poor Islanders. Skinner gets another. Can he go for the third period hat trick just for fun? Oh my God, these Islanders. Joshua Hosang gets one, but is too little too late. Oh my God, Bobby Ryan gets on the score sheet as well. That was a wild one. Oh boy. 7-4. Holy. Bobby Ryan with 3 points. Stone with 3 points. Skinner with 3 points. Not bad. Not a bad performance, but God, the Islanders are bad at hockey. So here's how it's looking like for the race for the first overall pick. We got 42 points. The Islanders have 29. Oh boy, so the Canucks have 41 and the Predators have 45. I don't really think anyone's going to catch the Islanders, and I say catch like going in reverse. I don't think anyone's going to be as bad as the Islanders. So for second place, it's looking like the Canucks, the Preds, and us. So it's kind of us and the Canucks right now. So let's have a look around the NHL here, have a look at some scoring, all that good stuff, see if any trades went down. Jeff Skinner leading our team in points. He's got 43 and 51. Stone's got 43 and Hurdle's got 41. I mean, even though they're minus 20, I mean, you can't really fault these guys. They're putting up really good numbers on a bad team. Colin White with 22 goals on the year. He had 27 last year, I think, or 28. Yeah, 27 goals. So maybe he'll match his point total from last year. If he's got like 30 games to do it, he could probably do it. Brady Tkachuk's got 25, having a pretty decent rookie campaign. Timo Meier, only 23 points. Something's not right there with Timo Meier. I thought he would be more in like the 30 to 40 point range. He is 83 overall. I thought he was really going to be up there, but kind of a slow start there. Ryan Dzingel, 21 points, so he dropped off like crazy. Bobby Ryan with 21, Pajot with 17, Logan Brown with 15, Thomas Chabot, Thomas Yurko, Slater Cuckoo, Philip Schlappick here, 6 points in his first 20 games on the fourth line. Edmonds got 4 points. He's a rookie. He's just learning here, and Borowicki's not here to score goals or get points. He's here to punch faces. He's got 90 penalty minutes. Let's see how many fights he's got in here, how many tilts. He's got 60 hits, so it doesn't look like he leads the team. Looks like Nathan Beaulieu kind of has that there with 73. But as for fights, he's got 12 fights on the year. And then Brady Tkachuk's got 2, so that's cool. He's kind of got that feisty side to him. Mark Stone is leading in hits with 107. Shuck in the body. Timo Meier as well. Ryan Dzingel, all right. So we got some tough guys here in Ottawa. As for tendies, 12 and 15 and 7 and 14 for Calvin Pickard. So Pickard has been getting some more ice, but really I don't think it's helping that much. Rookie skaters, we got 4 rookies in the lineup this year, and everyone is doing pretty good. Pretty damn good. Can't complain too much. Just because I'm interested, why is Nashville doing so bad? Are they just like having no luck? Look at Tolvanen having a crazy rookie year. 55 points in 52 games. Holy shit. Turris with 44. Arvidsson, Johansson and Forsberg are really struggling. Really, really bad. That's really not great. Johansson, 83 overall. Obviously, it's fogged out, but, 3 bars is pretty damn accurate. Yeah, it's not good at all. Not good. Morale is down here in Nashville, big time. Pekka Rinne and UC Saros are both splitting the ice. Looks like they're both struggling. I don't know what's going on over there in Nashville, but talk about a bad team. Oh my God, 29 points for these guys, and individual numbers, they're looking okay. They're just decent. They're nothing crazy. Phil the Thrill Kessel. Look at this. Oh my God, Pittsburgh. Holy, calm down. Crosby, Kessel, Gino, absolutely killing it. Cheeseburger Phil and Crosby both having 72 points, both a plus 10. Both those guys are just crushing it right now. Taylor Hall with 58. I assume Duchesne's going to be up here, maybe. Nico Hischier with 50 points. There's William Karlsson, the guy we almost traded for, almost a point per game. But again, we're not rushing this. We're taking things slow. Taking it slow. You can pretty much hand the Calder over to Tolvanen right now. What a rookie year. A plus 13 on a really bad team. Frederick Bang. We got Quinn Hughes there and Elias Pettersson. Both have 27 points, rookies for Vancouver. And then Brady Tkachuk, 25 points. There's not even a glimmer of hope that any one of those guys is ever going to catch Tolvanen for the Calder Trophy. As for rookie goalies, looks like Thatcher Demco is the starter in Vancouver. He's having a rough start to his career. That sucks. See how he's doing here. He's got 40 points in 51 games. A lot of their players are putting up a lot of decent numbers, so... looks like he could have lost that starting center role to Nico Hischier. Maybe he's on the second line with like Jesper Bratt and Stefan Noesen, or maybe even Henrik Zetterberg. Who knows? But that's how it's looking for points. Kind of some surprising stuff, that's for sure. I wasn't really expecting Nashville to be that bad. And I don't even know. Maybe it's just their big guns aren't performing. Maybe we could see a big trade at the trade deadline involving the Nashville Predators. But we got their second round pick this year, which is pretty awesome. All right, so now we've got some more scouting done. I sent some scouts out, and we should have a better understanding of these players here. So Central Scouting has Andrews going 1. Our scout has him going 3. Okay, interesting. His similar style is Torrey Krug. That's cool. Emilio Howe, still obviously Bobby Hall, and he looks like to be the real deal. 5'8", he's small, but he looks like he could be a 6 sniper. And look at Alexis Lafreniere. Oh my god, just killing it right now. Similar style, none, so that's interesting. This guy we haven't scouted. Popov either. Got a medium elite guy. Our scout thinks he's going 4. Avery Fitzmaurice. What a name. Wow, having a fantastic year wherever he's playing. A, all across the board. Goal scoring, puck possession, pro release. Similar style, Owen Nolan. That's cool. That's awesome. So our scout thinks this guy's going 7th. Another similar style to Torrey Krug. I just want to see any more similar styles. Those are always kind of fun. Patrice Bergeron for this guy. Wisniewski. Matt Ortiz is a 6'4", 212-pound power forward, 17 years old. And look at the year he's having, and look who his similar style is. You ready for this one? Scotty Hartnell. That's awesome. That is so cool. Is very passionate. He's a very passionate person, but gets emotional at times. He's driven to win. Sounds like Scotty Hartnell. 6'4" at 17. Oh man, this guy sounds like a gem. Oh dude, 17 years old and already this good. Matt Ortiz. Let's go ahead and pin that guy just to see. All right, just to see what. How he pans out. Maybe he jumps right up into the top 5, or maybe he goes down. Maybe we snag him in the second round, or maybe we trade to acquire a guy like that. We got Leon Mueller here from Germany, and he's got a similar style to Ekholm. That's pretty cool. I could just go through and see these similar styles all day. I think it's just so unique. It's so much fun. We got Isaiah Leahy here, who's a 17-year-old sniper, again, having a sick year. Another American on the board. It seems like a lot of these young top draft picks are American. Theo Fleury for the similar style. Another American here. He's got no similar style, though. Santiago Chipchura. What a name. Similar style, Dan Hamhuis. Got a guy who has a similar style to Eric Stahl. Rocky Niedermeyer. Best name in the draft, for sure. Just having a look at the top 50 here, we got a gem from our scout Goligoski, Dwayne Fata, who is a low elite, it looks like. And he's, again, another American, so... He's got no similar style, would mesh well in any locker room. That's cool. BBC. We scouted this guy a lot, so we have a really good idea on what he is. He's definitely low elite. I understand this now. He's 100% low elite. That's what 4 bars mean. Brent, you're so smart. Now, I wouldn't mind picking a goalie. Ooh, high elite. Again, it's not crazy accurate, but still, that's something maybe we could look at, maybe with one of our seconds. So I think we could be definitely picking in the top 5 here. So My first pick is going to be Emilio Howe for sure. If we have the option to pick him, why not? Our scout thinks he's going 1. Andrews wouldn't be bad. I mean, either one of these 3 is an absolute win for me. I sent our scout out to a few more places, so he should be getting more of an accurate representation of what some guys are looking like come draft day. But we're almost at the trade deadline. If I can acquire a few more picks, I will, but I'm not really actively trading anyone. We're in a good position, but also in a bad position in the standings. Good and bad. Good because we could get a good draft pick, but bad because we suck. But I think we all knew that going into this. I think people are going to be upset that I didn't trade for William Karlsson, but when you think about it, it makes no sense. It literally makes no sense at all. We have enough money in the books to hang on to that giant contract for Clark MacArthur. He's not hurting us. It's okay. We're doing things right here in Ottawa. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the draft. You know what, actually, before we go, I'm going to promise something. The next video is going to be a big one. We're going to do probably the rest of the year, the draft, the re-sign stage, and getting into the next year in one video. It could be like an hour and a half. So be prepared, grab some snacks. The next one's going to be a long one because I feel like we need to get things going here in Ottawa. I don't want to be a bad team forever, and I think this draft could be franchise altering for us, so might as well do the whole damn thing in one video. If you think we should make a trade, let me know. And holy shit, look at this. Vegas is on a 10-game winning streak. Damn. I'll see you guys in the next one.